Today is an incredibly special day. It is Prince William's birthday. And it's also Chris Pratt's birthday. And it's also my birthday. It's my birthday today, so I thought why not do something a bit special, trash can brownies. They're going to be heart attack inducing. And I'm 31, baby. I can't be having a heart attack yet. I ain't got that booked in for at least another 13 years. I'm just going to put a load of stuff on it that I quite like. I've got Bourbons, I've got Oreos, buttons, Maltesers. I've got walnuts. Absolutely not. No thanks, no nuts in this. Yeah! It's going to be a nice, gooey, fudgy brownie. None of that cakey stuff. No thanks. Join me now as we make trash can brownies. Let's get to it. Yeah!
So here we go. Let the sugar fest begin. The first thing we're going to do is take a piece of baking paper. Now this stuff is Biscoff Spread. It's basically those lovely little biscuits that you get in a coffee shop, all mashed up together into a paste. We want that in our brownie. So we're going to spread out a layer onto the parchment. Cover it over and then get that in the freezer while you're doing everything else. We need a baking vessel. I've chosen this square baking tray. It's about 9 by 9 inches and a couple of inches deep. Cut yourself a piece of baking parchment for the bottom of the tin, but also use some of the baking parchment and cut it into long strips like this. Oil up your tray, but then place strips along the bottom with tabs poking out the sides, like so. These tabs are going to work wonders when it comes to trying to get the brownie out of the tin. Pop your final square of parchment on top of everything, and then just pop that on the side. First things first, chocolate. Lots of chocolate. Disclaimer, this is a big old batch of brownies. You can very easily half the recipe, but we're gonna be naughty. So into a heat-proof bowl goes 280 grams of chocolate. I didn't have enough, so we've employed the help of this little chap to make up the weight. Now we're going in with 250 grams of butter. Yeah, big old chunks like that. And now is maybe the time that you're going to realise that you need a bigger bowl, so we move things across to this beauty. You want to put this bowl over a saucepan of boiling water. This way you're not directly heating the chocolate and risking burning it. And now we'll take a moment to honour the memory of this Lindt chocolate reindeer. I mean, don't feel too sad for him. I mean, he did pretty well. It is June. Then we give it all a mix together, making sure that the chocolate and butter are combined. They'll end up looking silky and smooth like this. Right, now get ready for your cardiac arrest. You'll need to weigh out 200 grams of golden caster sugar and 200 grams of light brown sugar. I can't stress this enough. Don't eat all of these brownies at once. You will die. Next up, bring out the mixer that your nan gave you, which I think is from 1978. Actually, let's just pause for a moment. This is a quick shout out to KitchenAid. I haven't got a stand mixer, and I'd bloody love one, but I can't afford it. And it is my birthday, so I'll leave the ball in your court. Anyway, into a clean bowl goes 4 large eggs and your small mountain of sugar. Mix these together on sort of a medium spin, would you call it? Yeah, there you go, the bowl spins on its own. Make sure that as you go, the sugar is away from the bottom of the bowl and keep mixing it. You should be left with a consistency that's light and smooth. It should leave a little ribbon on the surface like this when you run it across itself. Next, we can add the liquid chocolate and butter. Just make sure it's not too hot. Warm is okay, but if it's hot, it'll start to cook the eggs and you're going to end up with a scrambled egg brownie. You can start to fold in your chocolate. Don't rush it. Savour the moment. Look at that. Beautiful streaks of chocolate beginning to swirl through that eggy mixture. Let's just take a second to really appreciate it. Yep, that's what happens when you use a crap phone tripod, stood on a plate, stood on a bowl. Once everything's incorporated together, you can add these 2 things that I forgot about. A teaspoon of vanilla essence, it should have gone in with the eggs and the sugar earlier on, and 2 tablespoons of coffee, which again should have gone in with the chocolate and butter when I was melting it. Not to worry though. For the dry ingredients, if it wasn't chocolatey enough, we're going with 60 grams of cocoa powder. On top of that, 140 grams of plain flour and a good pinch of salt. Get it all through a sieve into your liquid gold. Fold everything in together and you'll end up with the most glorious batter you ever did see. Quick little taste for the chef. Okay, I can hear you being judgy, and you know what, it's my birthday, so I don't care, I'll eat some of the batter. Into a bowl goes a bag of smashed up Maltesers, roughly chopped bag of white buttons, 10 Oreos that I've just cut in half, and also 10 Bourbons which I've just sort of cut in half. And then it's time for our secret weapon, a decent handful of salted tortilla chips. Don't come at me with any of that tangy cheese flavour, just plain salted tortilla chips. They are going to rock this brownie to a whole new level. Now that that's all together, we can start to assemble. Into your baking tray goes half of your batter, smooth it out into each corner. Now take your Biscoff Spread out of the freezer. Warning, this stuff does not like to be solid. It's going to want to turn back to liquid relatively quickly, so move quick. Pick up the sheet, lay it on top of the brownie, and place the rest of the batter on top until you're nearing the top of the tray. Now, there's different methods for the next part. You can try and be symmetrical and uniformed, some pillars of biscuit and a small scattering of tortilla chips. Or you could go with this method and just dump it all on. Let's face it, I mean, it is a trash can. Give it a little press down and it's ready to go in the oven. Usually with a brownie, I'd bake it for about 30 minutes, but because of all this stuff on top, it took an hour. Literally an hour of cooking. If your brownie's in for this long, at about 20 minutes, I'd put a bit of tin foil over the top of the tray. And after all of that cooking, you'll end up with this little beauty. Let it cool in a tin for about 30 minutes, then let it hang out for a further couple of hours on a cooling rack. And if it hasn't got enough sugar in it already, a drizzle of salted caramel. Let it go completely cold before cutting it. Not taking my own advice there. Give it a little dusting of cocaine, as it's my birthday. It's icing sugar, mum. Don't worry. I didn't get into your cocaine again. And there you have it. Trash can brownies.
They're gooey. Let's get rid of the candle. Birthday over. That's it. Birthday over. Make your wish, guys. They're fudgy. They're a little bit firm on the outside. Let's just have a try. Strong. Very strong. If you're going to make these, maybe wrap a few up and give them away to friends. The amount of sugar, butter, chocolate that is in these, I think you'd kill a man. Leave us a comment, let us know how you got on trying to make them. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's Amused Bouche, it's my birthday. Thank you for all your support. Fingers crossed there'll come a day where I'm going, thank you. We've got 1,000 subscribers. But for now, just thank you for the support. Thank you very much. It's a great birthday present. And I'll see you next time.